Hi everybody, I'm Kelly, Senior Business Support Officer with SEDS Finance, and today we're going to talk a little bit about the Beneficial Owner Information Report. So the United States Department of Treasury is now requiring businesses that were formed through filing articles of organization or articles of incorporation with their Secretary of State's office, such as LLCs, to report their beneficial owner information. A beneficial owner is defined as the person that benefits from the profits of a company and/or the person or persons that have at least a 25% ownership stake in the company, which also provides them with decision-making authority. Before we get started in the tool, there's a couple of important points that I want to cover. This report is free and easy to do yourself. You only have to complete the report once unless you have changes to any of the information reported, such as your address or owner's names, and there are fines associated with not reporting this information. This fine amount is set to increase annually. And there is a grace period for a few months here in the middle of 2024 while people are completing their beneficial owner information. But there's also a deadline, which currently businesses have throughout 2024 that are already formed to report this information, but very soon, beginning in 2025, the deadline to report beneficial owner information will be 30 days from the date of incorporation. I do want to mention that the database that the Department of Treasury is creating with this report is not publicly available database, and it's only for businesses with state filing. So if you're a sole proprietor and have not filed legal paperwork for your business through the Secretary of State's office, this report may not be required for you. Everyone's situation is different, and I would encourage you to seek guidance if you are unsure about whether or not you should report your beneficial owner information. So before we get started, you want to have a couple of things handy: your tax ID number. This could be your Social Security number or your EIN. You'll want to collect the names and addresses and dates of birth of all the owners that have at least a 25% ownership stake, and you'll want to take a clear picture of your driver's license or your government-issued ID card or your passport, and you'll need a picture for yourself and all the owners that you might need to include in the report. I would suggest you use a computer or laptop to complete the report and not a phone. There's a lot of very small fields that have to be typed into, and if you do make a mistake or find later that you entered some information incorrectly, you'll have to file a whole new updated and amended report. And this is the website where you'll find the report, the U.S. Treasury's reporting page, www.fincn.gov/BOI. So let's go to the tool. In my search engine, I put FinCEN, and it brought up Beneficial Owner Report. I want to make sure that this address, fincen.gov, is where I want to go, and I'm going to click Yes. And this is the reporting tool. So this button is where we're going to file the report. This, in the top right corner, says Beneficial Owner Information and how to get started. The one below it is the Bank Secrecy Act. We do not want to click that one, so we're going to click the top one for BOI. The fastest and easiest way to file this report is to prepare and submit it online. So we're going to click this button here. And this is the reporting tool. So we're going to file an initial report. If you would need to come back or correct or update the report, you would click one of the other ones. And I do want to point out before we get started that each section heading has this need help. And if you click the down arrow here, it'll give you more specifics about each section. The date that the report was prepared is auto-populated, and I'm going to go ahead and click Next. So we do want to request a FinCEN number that'll be given to us at the end when we confirm our report. and we'll type the legal name of your company here. If you have any trade names, you'll input those down here, add more as needed, and select a tax identification number that you use for your business. Again, could be your Social Security number, your ITIN, your EIN, and you'll enter that information here. You'll enter this information without any spaces or dash marks. And the country that your company was formed in, and the state. Your address for your company. U.S. state, and your zip code. And just hit the next button. So this is for an existing reporting company. That's someone that has filed the report before. This is our initial report, so we're not going to click that button. If you were to come back to this report later to update or correct information, you could click that and input your FinCEN ID, which will be given to us at the end. And then we're going to add company applicant information. I don't have a FinCEN number yet, but we will when we're done. And the company applicant, the person that is filling out the form, and their date of birth. We'll want to check if this is a business or a residential address and enter that information again. Country, the state, and the zip code. And to select what type of identifying document. This is where you have taken a picture of your driver's license or passport. In this case, we'll put driver's license. You'll enter the 9-digit number here without any spaces or dash marks. The country, the country that it was issued in, and the state. And this is where you'll drag or drop. Like I said, if you take a picture of your ID, the easiest way I found is to email it to yourself, and from there to save it to your desktop, and you can either choose that file on your desktop to upload, or you can drag and drop the file here. I do want to mention that the photo has to be clear, non-expired, and it needs to be no larger than 4 megabytes. So if you get an error message after you upload your picture, it could be the size of the picture. And you can make it smaller maybe by editing the edges, and you're going to hit the next button. So this tab is for a beneficial owner. It's the person that enjoys the profits of a business or has at least a 25% ownership stake in the business. If you have more than one, you can add more here. We don't have a FinCEN number yet, but we will when we're finished. So the beneficial owner may be the same person as the company applicant. In this case, it is, but it could be a different person. You'll enter your date of birth and your address. Your address, the city, just like we did before, the country, the state, and your zip code. Again, you're going to choose the legally identifying document with a picture that you've taken a picture of and chosen, and you're going to put that 9-digit number here. And all the information that I'm inputting is fictitious for the purpose of this training, the country and the state, and you'll upload that document again here. And when you hit the submit button, you'll have to enter your email a couple of times, your legal first and last name. You'll want to certify that you agree that you are knowingly filing a legal document with the U.S. Department of Treasury, and you'll certify that you're a human, and this Submit BOIR, Beneficial Owner Information Report, will be highlighted and you can press that button to submit. Then once you submit your report, it will bring you to a confirmation screen, which will show you the status of your filing, as in this example. It says successful. It will show you your new BOIR ID number here, in case you need to refer to that later in the future. And it will have your newly assigned FinCEN ID number here. I do want to show you that there in the bottom left of your confirmation screen is a download transcript button. You'll want to click that and download the report onto your computer or laptop, just in case you ever need to reference it in the future. This is information where you can contact the business support team at SEDS Finance, phone or email. If you feel you need support completing this report, feel free to reach out. And I thank you for listening to our short video today. Again, reach out anytime if you feel you need support. Thanks for watching.